Salut, salut tout le monde. Bonsoir, bonsoir. Bon, alors. Nouveau dessin. Hey team! Hawking this fine evening, do we? Yes, we do. Of course we do. I have the fun pleasure to draw another orc and to do another kind of how can I call that? This pose that I'm drawing, the reference I'm using is from a movie again. I like to do these funny little things. So I'm using the pose. I'm just changing the design and the look of the character, but the pose and what he's doing is the same. So the game is, what is that movie? I hope people will recognize this. What recognize this? Oh, it's just an internal game, you know. It's not something that I'm gonna promote. It's just for fun. Okay, so I see you in 5-10 minutes. Alright, see you in 5-10 minutes when you will smell good. sûrement dans sa chambre. Hey Denise, good evening. How are you doing today? Cheers. I'm fine, great. Perfect Thursday. I had a good meeting this afternoon with the game maker, Sebastian. We had a very nice conversation about the game, what we're gonna do, etc. And about money a little bit as well, because I'm not doing that for free. So that was nice to meet again and talked about all those kind of things. Yeah, that was nice. So this evening I'm doing another card. I'm starting the throwing weapon. Weapon we can fire or throw. So I'm gonna start with those little weapon, like, you know, throwing knife and stuff like that. So I had already a little game with another card. Which card it was? This one. I had a little game with that card, and that figure, not that what we see there, but the pose was from a movie. And when I did that card, I play around with the viewers and ask if they can recognize in which movie was that pose. And only one find the movie, and the movie was Kill Bill. And as soon as you say Kill Bill, you can see, you know, the pose with the, you know, the yellow suit and the katana and stuff. So as I, you know, kind of enjoy that kind of inside game, I thought, you know, we do the same for that orc. So I took a reference, and in the reference it's not an orc at all, but it's coming from a movie, you know, character that is throwing knife. So I just changed the look, the whole look of it. I just kept a little bit of the likeness, just a little bit, and change it as an orc, and change the equipment. Kept the knife because that's the point of the card. And yeah, we'll see if somebody is like, oh, it looked like this movie. How did the horse drawing turn out? Is it finished already completely? Yes, it is. I can show you. I'm going to show you the card. It will be easier because the drawing is not there anymore. But yeah, that's the card. I didn't went berserk with the flowers petal, but that's the card. I saw your message in Master World chat. I presume you have some new regarding in the game? Yes! Yes! I have a fellow Canadian guy that, came very often now when we're starting to chat in French. And he's playing the game with friends every weekend. And as it doesn't have any backstory and stuff like that, he's starting to make up his own, and he's taking inspiration from his own culture, from Canada, and it sounds very, very cool because he's a doctor, a night doctor, and he have a lot of time. And he loves writing. So what he does is what we plan to do. Because I say, you know what? Because it's kind of an open game. So what we can do is that let's write legend. A legend book where you have like scenarios inside. We can replay the legends. A side story from Iridium, like the Star Wars story stuff, and so he's writing something about something that happened in the past with a bunch of Arcanian that get got cursed by wooden elf, and they become werewolf and how is that called? This Canadian stuff where there is like a skull and long horns. I don't remember the name, but yeah, sound fun. And so I talked about it to Sebastian. He's just up for it, and you now have a solid feedback to work with and a loyal player who already is contributing to the game. Exactly. And so what's going to happen is that because he's trying out the scenarios, they are playing it for real and having fun with it. So I said to him, you know what? Okay, I talked to Sebastian, write it down, everything. We're going to check out if it's if it can be fit in a timeline of our story, and then I will illustrate it and you'll be credited for it, like story by blah blah blah, draw, and that way we can imagine having official scenario that will go house story to get on the actual story, and we'll have side story that player can play around and do stuff. So that was the first great stuff that gonna happen, and the second good stuff that's gonna happen, and because I'm very happy about it, is that after months of trying to persuade Sebastian that earning a master point is a bad idea just for a cup, is starting at last to seeing that my point. Like, you know, master point must be something you earn on the battlefield. Something that, you know, like a rank. Something like, you know, if you're like a 3-point master point, it's because you're very good at your game and you're very good as the master warrior. And all we, you know, for, you know, people buying a cup, I don't see why, you know. I mean, maybe somebody that is writing an whole story, a backstory, you know, something that, you know, is very contributing to the game. Okay, that guy may be a master warrior because he's really, you know, like into the game and bringing something very, very deep. And okay, maybe this kind of contribution, you know, you can earn a master point. And fair entrance fee. Yeah, I mean, and so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna create some cards that kind of the same, that is already there, but different. So those cards won't change anything into the game. It's just that you will have, you know, a very limited edition card, maybe even signed or something, you know, as a thank you. So you can use it, you can't, you know, you don't, you know. Yeah, exactly. Somebody that is worth to be a master warrior. So you can earn those points by working, really, you know, to make the game a better game, by writing stories or designing stuff, or you can earn those points on the battlefield when we'll play official, you know, competition and stuff, tournament. And that will be the two ways of earning those points, because we will, you know, I really say to Sebastian, you know, I think it's really important, you know, to rank those master warriors and make it as, you know, the number of points they have, you know. And if a little fellow that is a very good, you know, very good mind, like, I don't know, he's a Napoleon or something, and he's coming to a competition with just 1 point, and he just killed the guy that have 5, or maybe we can took one of the guy that have 5 points, we can took it this point, because we give him those points during tournament anyway. So he didn't buy it, or he didn't, you know, he earned it during a battle. So we just get it back and give it to the kid, because, you know, he really, you know, it was really worth it. I don't think anyone will complain if people are paid for the effort. No. He's contribute to the story, and then the story contribute to him because he is the master of what? Yeah, exactly, man. More master than other. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Hey, FX, come over. So I'm glad that Sebastian is starting to seeing my point of view. We're gonna keep working on those commercial point as well. You know, something that we want to start to put in place, because we're gonna have stuff. We want to have some exchange kind of point where, yeah, you can kind of buy a pass if you want to go to point B. I did talk about it already, I think. You should pay a lot of attention to master warrior point mechanics, like how they are earned, how they are planned, balance issue. Yeah. Can we also contribute to the story too, like a quest or something else perhaps? That would be amazing. I mean, yes, of course, it's an opening game. So if the thing is, we're doing legend because our Canadian team are not, they don't know yet the stories, and I know Sebastian is going to work on, a little bit of giving us dates and and stuff that give the players information they need to write their own stories, while we are waiting for those to come. So with those information, you'll be able to starting to write your own story. And if we really like what coming up with, because those Canadians are bringing Canadian legend, so maybe we can even have Russia legend and stuff like that. That would be amazing to have, like, inspired legend from all over the world, and as long as it benefit the game and make the player having fun. That was the because I'm keep saying the same thing, but it just I just got a realization this morning, just in the formulation of how Sebastian said, because he said there is a lot of company that produce minis out there, and what they do usually, they are they are giving us a shitty game to go with those minis. And what Sebastian wants to do, Sebastian wants to bring you a cool game that you can play with your mini. I mean, it's what I said usually, but I mean, it's just the way of the formulation is, I just love it. So it's just giving you, a platform, a game. It is doing the reverse thing. It's just you have the mini, now there is the game. And yeah, I'm still in love with that idea. And the way the game is really going in that direction. That means so he just keeps saying that I will keep saying that everything will be free online, so you can download the game. You can download the cards, you can download everything you want. But if you want something nice and you want to help us out, developing the game, we will do these goodies, and with that money we will produce the deck of cards of the common weapon, and with the money of those cards we will produce an actual paper book for the advanced rules. And with the money that we're going to get from that book, I mean, the money we're going to get from those products will help us to produce the next product, with the idea that in the end we will have a complete box that you can buy as well. But everything that is on the box, you can have it for free online. It's just not the same. It's just if you want official product from the game, or if you just want to print it for yourself. So so that way, if you don't have any money, you can still manage to play the game. And if you have a little bit of money and you want to help us out, or you want a nice product, I mean, imagine a deck of cards like that, printed on real cards, with a pack, with a nice back of the card and blah blah blah. I think it will be a nice addition to your and bit by bit, as soon as those products are ready, because I'm in like around 7 cards to finish the common weapons, the base, the common arsenal. So as soon as we got a little bit of money from the cups, we will launch the production of those decks, and I will keep working on the next step. And so I guess the next step will be in magic weapons, And when that will be done, we will do a deck of magic weapons, so you'll be able to buy those if you want to help us out. And every time you help us out, you will get some, special cards that you don't have on those decks. Stuff like that, or something, maybe it's a card, but maybe it's in colors and it's signed, and it's only like there is only 100 of those, and so maybe even if you have two, you can exchange it for, starting to interact with the players. That's something we really want to develop, is the interaction between players, as well. So yeah, I mean, it was a very exciting meeting, and I feel like at least we see things in the same page now with Sebastian, and he's very pleased to see that we have very good reaction, and people that are enthusiastic enough. Maybe I'm gonna draw in the same time I'm talking, so we can go around with drawing. Yeah, we can. Yeah, they are enthusiastic enough to want to help, to be part of the project for real, because I thought, maybe they will see it like, oh, you're just taking advantage of my ideas, and I'm very happy to see that actually that's the opposite. He's just happy that his product, his work will be an official Master Warrior, Maître Guerriers, scenario, and draw illustrated by me, and that people around the world will be able to play what he wrote. I mean, you are the one who just rang the alarm of saying, giving master points is a very bad idea, and we talked about it together, and coming up with a plan that maybe it's a better idea to have those points, creating a value around those points, and maybe giving something else, like a treasure card or something. Maybe a magic weapon that is not on the deck. Something that, make that card special. Not that it will add something that will reverse the course of the game. And that's really the point where I say to Sebastian, that reward as a thank you must not at all add something to the game as an advantage from somebody that didn't buy anything. It has to be something that add a value to his game, but not an advantage. And I don't know if usually, I don't know why usually he didn't really think what I wanted to say, but that time, I don't know, that time he really got it, and I'm glad, because it will be way much better. Pay to play and free to play should have access to the same quality asset of the game. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. All right. You will be rewarded because you're 100% with us, but you will be rewarded with, fun stuff, but not stuff that, you're gonna pay for it. Because it's gonna be, you don't really know what you're gonna get. So if somebody buy a cup and he got, a magic weapon, maybe somebody else is gonna be, oh, I like that card, I'm gonna buy a cup too, and it will end up with something else. It's something, you won't know what you get. It makes us future potential and RPG players excited about the project too when we are allowed to be involved. I mean, just stopping your answer there. That's the main goal of Maître Guerriers, okay? We're doing the game with the player, for the player, all right? The main word is pleasure, pleasure to have nice drawings, pleasure to have good rules, pleasure to be able to include whatever you want in the game. It's not a game about, oh yeah, but this rule, they said we can't do. No. We will never say you can't do that. Okay, go ahead. You want to try it? Try it. Give us your rule. Okay, we try it as well, and it works. Okay, fine. We're gonna add it. We're gonna add it to the rules, and it will be official. It doesn't really work. Okay, you can play it at home. We don't mind. I gave a quick idea about the horse drawing, and you masterfully apply it. Now that card is very main. Yeah, I mean it's exactly what we want to do. I give you another idea. You may not know because you're not there from the beginning. That team is known. Is that in the game right now, when you go on the website and you go on the map, there is basic banners to represent the race. You have the banner of the Arcanian, you have the banner of the medieval Arcanian that's going to come up. We have the banner of everybody that is in the center of Iridium. But when players going to start playing official game, they will come up with their own banner. If another orc than me is playing an orc, and because right now the map is very far away, but if we go very closer, we will start to see villagers and stuff that we don't really see right now. We will see the routes, and we will see the big roads and stuff like that. And if there is an orc that decides he's gonna install himself in that village there, and there is already an Arcanian there, he will have to, in official tournament, say, okay, we're gonna play a game where I'm gonna kick you out. And so they can play that game, and if, the Arcanian, that for now it's all us, is being kicked out, the banner of the orc, the banner he will come up, on his own, will be on that map because he's now the owner of that village. And if somebody wants to go through because he wants to go to that point to the other point, and for that he needs to, the only road is to cross his village, he will have either to kick him out or to pay some, commercial point that we want to starting to distribute everywhere. And that banner, I will, he will send it to me. I will draw it the same, but in the style of the game, and it will be, an official banner of Maître Guerriers, and it will be, it will be right in somewhere, that village, those orcs. That's the name of the player, and blah 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 blah. So it will be, all official. And because that's what we want. We really want to play with the player. Yeah, exactly. For now, we will do the work ourselves. So we will have report. Imagine you going to a club, and it's a club that is very active. So we're gonna send cards and stuff to the owner of that club, so we can organize official game. And for a game to be official, we will have to be, to have report of what the game turned out, and we will write that down. And like Games Workshop were doing in the White Dwarf, and then that will be on the website what happened during that game, and the event of that game will play a role in the story of the game, and the story itself, will have multiple direction that we are planning to go, and depending on what the player is going to play, like it's not the dark side and the light side, because there is no bad and good. It's just two different directions. They need to choose a side, and that's something that Sebastian need to write down to explain what's the difference between the two sides. So player will first need to choose a side and then play the games, and more one side is involving, more iridium is involving in that side, and it will all depend of what the player is doing during official games. What can be cool reward for a victory on the tournament? A master wire point, but as a medal to award the winner that you can proudly present to your kid years later. Just throw it out. Yeah, I mean that will be a good thing, yes. But what will be, like imagine that we, starting to produce, like physical sculpted master point that is only given to somebody that that win a big tournament. And so every time you come to a tournament, you're really proud enough to bring all your, master point around your neck, because you're like a 5 master point master wire. And then, this little kid is, kick you out, and then the judge, or the owner of the club is just, give me one of those master points and give it to the kid. That's it's like in box when you're losing your belt, it's like, okay, now yeah, I mean, that's the plan, you hang it around your neck like if it was an amulet or something. That's how I design it, actually. Will you what? Hello, Eden? Will you what? Yeah, but we're gonna go with the master point. So I'm probably gonna change what is on the basic rule right now about the master point, because that's one of the things that I was not very happy about it. So now that we agreed on on how you can earn other master point, I can change it on the rule book. Proudly present it to your kids later. Yeah, of course. I mean, if you're a big fan of the game, and the game is big, in the hypothetic future where the game got big, I mean, I guess you're proud enough to show your 5 master point to whoever you want, or interested enough to see it as something special. So of course, if you don't know the game, you don't give a shit about it. But if you know what it is about, and you earn those during tournament, that's something else. still have my shitty cardboard armor at my other home. So yeah, I will keep it. I will like it. I wouldn't show it to my children. I mean, everybody is different. I know that, when I was a kid, or at least, yeah, I can't say kid because I was still in my 20s. I participate to the Golden Demon. And when you really, when you're really into Games Workshop, participating to the Golden Demon, and one of those, win one of those statues, even if it's a bronze one, you don't care. You got the statue of the Golden Demon. I know that if I had one, because I've been pushed away because there was not enough Games Workshop money on my stuff, because I was sculpting and creating everything myself, and that was not Games Workshop way. If I have one in my workshop right now, I will be proud to show it to Aaron, and Aaron will be impressed because he really love all those white dwarf. I give it to him, and he knows what a Golden Demon is, and yeah, of course I will be happy enough to show him. Yeah, it all depends. What do you want to do with those? Because that's not the way you're not a showing off guy. But for me, the whole point of those master point is showing your rank as a master warrior. So if you're coming up to a tournament and you have 5 of those around your neck, when you're passing by and kids coming for the first time, they're like, whoa, that's something for me. It's just I'm just imagining in the head of the kid, seeing the guy coming past with 5 of those, you're like, that must be a very good, master warrior. I want to fight him. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the cool thing about it. Even like we say just earlier on, even just drawing those things, just the fact that you are here, you can throw ideas, and if I like it and if it goes very well with what I want to do, all those ideas will be on the card or on the drawing. Especially, those drawings I just made up. Sometimes I'm just short in idea, and even if you're not a writer, if you're not a drawer, or or whatever, you can bring your stone in the process. You can give us your face for one thing, because that hawk is based on an actor, because like I was saying in the start of the stream, I play again that game where that pose is coming from a movie. So I already few friends of mine that are really willing and very happy enough to be orcs, me included. So people that want to have their faces on the game can too. That's one of the things you can do, because every character on those drawing needs a face anyway. So I can make up one, or I can be the face of somebody that exists for real. I know I would have been very happy enough to be represented in Games Workshop stuff. And that's something that doable here. So, all right. What's that? I was wondering what was making the cardboard army on the first place, but okay. I had to release my chainsaw energy. Let me see that. What's that? Okay. That's a nice stash. You previously said you weren't happy with the current look of the wood elf. Are you still doing the change them? No. Now I'm very happy now. I don't remember where is that drawing I made. The first one I made, and that's something that's cool too, because I don't remember who was with me that night, but I remade them here on Twitch. So I start from a blank page, and I started to think about the wood elf because I wanted to draw the medium bow for those cards, but I didn't have my wood elf yet, and I wanted to have a wood elf. So I started to sketch out a portrait of what my wood elf couldn't be. So I knew I wanted a little bit of mix of a squirrel. I wanted to have my wood elf to be cat-like, like feeling grace about their moves, like they're moving like a cat, something. And I play around with the idea of having them like a native Indian, like American Indian. So they are dressed, with leaves and stuff from the wood, with leather armor, and they have that special bark that is, coming from a very special tree that they are protecting. And that tree is not just growing normally, just the bark is falling because it's very hard bark. So when it's growing, the bark is falling and it's growing like kind of magically, like a lobster. And then the bark is getting harder again. And all those bark on the floor, they are allowed to use it for their own purpose. And that's the only race that can use that bark. And it's very light, but is as hard as metal. So that's something we created for our wood elf. And now I'm very happy with them. I think I have one here somewhere. Let me see. Where is it? There. There's one there. But we don't really see it very well. Yeah, it's a small one. But I mean, they will have their own codex. And now, if I didn't like them before, now I really like them. I really like their attitude. I really like the fact that they can be, they can look very nice and protected and blah blah blah. But we can do them very vicious and very powerful as well if we want, depending which side we choose. I was going to say I can send a self-portrait for the wood elf character. I mean, I guess I can try to see if I can transpose a human face on them. That can be because they have bigger eyes than humans. They have like a square nose. They have very pointy ears. But maybe we can try. Are you on my what's the name of that website? Come on, use your brain. On my Discord, that's it. You can send me your picture on Discord, or if you want more Discord link, maybe if Denise wants one. But if you want to stay be sure nobody is going to use that photo, you can send me on my Facebook, on private message on my Facebook. Maybe that's maybe will be safer. But yeah, why not? Because I have a lot of cards to draw, and you can edit up beyond those cards. maybe what we can try, like my friend did. I remember I did not that long time ago, but a little bit time ago. I did draw a dwarf that was holding a banner, and he has a gun on his hand. Yeah, it's just about fun and game. That's exactly what it is. And so one of my friend, you know, photograph himself in front of the mirror, playing around with face in the front, in the profile, and there's like 3/4 of his face, like doing stuff, like smirky smile and not smiling at all, or he gave me a bunch of different poses, and that was great because I can he say, okay, that's for the that's for you, that's for the game, and now I can play around with those. And of course, you really need to know before doing that they're gonna be produced with the drawings. They will be they'll be printed on cards. They'll be printed maybe on the book. But if it's a very cool drawing that will represent the elf, it could even ended up on a t-shirt or something. So if you don't want your drawing to be on those things, just tell me, and I will write down something that assure you that you're gonna use that your face for those things, and keep it for little stuff like a codex or something. Make us famous, Alan. I mean, I can make your face famous. All we need is the game to be famous. Because in the website we have a page where I'm going to talk about the team that is Maître Guerriers. So for now there is 3 people. There is me, the illustrator. There is Sébastien, who is the author of the game, and there is Arnaud, that has a role of just being on the meeting and try to clarify some stuff and what he think so he's part of the team for sure. And what I want to do with that is to have our faces draw. I'm be an orc, like I'm doing here for that guy. I'll be an orc, so I will be recognized. We just have the fence, the task, and Sébastien will be a gnomarch, which is creature that are with the dwarves, and they are gnomes, and some of those gnomes have 4 arms, and they are called gnomarchs. And Sébastien wants to be one of those, and I think Arnaud wants to be a troll. So I'm gonna draw our faces on that page, so you'll know the team. And when you click on that drawing, we'll have a little bit of more backstory about us. And so yeah, that orc face is gonna be something that we'll see much often, because I guess I'll be the first Master Warrior orc, and I'm planning on being on cover or something. If there is a codex, and there will be a codex, an orc codex, I'll be in the front page. So if you want to be on the elf codex, maybe that's something that can be planned. Because there are going to be a lot of cool there are going to be a lot of cool race. I'm thinking about the Fauve. And the Fauve, I talk about them I think already, and it's all the creature that there is they are like mutants, they are like humans and animals like. It's humans that being mutating with mysterious process that we are not really gonna release now. And so we're gonna have centaurs and minotaurs, and phone and stuff like that. So if you are, for example, a big fan of Narnia, that up there it's Narnia, and if you want to be a Mr. Phone or something, that could be arranged as well. Alors, first we have to make Alan famous. A man can dream. Yes, of course. Why can't we? I mean, if there is something we can do, it's dreaming. It's free. At least we are still allowed to do that. So there's no reason. It's always what I say to my kids, when like my 8-year-old kid wants to be a gamer. That's what do you want to be when you be an adult? I want to be a gamer. I want to create games because he really loves video games. Do you think it's possible that? So I'm like, it's not impossible. So that means it's possible. So you're probably gonna have to work hard and either be a good programmer or something like that, or starting down with working for a company that is creating games and learning how it works, and maybe have a side project where you're creating your own stuff while you're working there, and then maybe when your game is working you can try to sell it. So yes, it's possible. I was like, well, yeah, but you need to really work very hard at school if you want to do that. I'm like, I'm gonna be very good at school. I'm like, oh, okay, job's done. I mean, if we can't dream, I don't see the point, And it make me very exciting to know that I'm working on a game, on a project that, it's not a game about us and earning money. It's a game about players, pleasure, fun, everything that we are starting to forget. It's not a game about selling minis. It's not a game about changing your army every 6 months because now it's worth nothing. Because we did give you great rules for you to buy those minis, and now that you buy them, we just invented something else that make your minis worth nothing, and you can't play with them anymore because now you have to play those minis. We want to create a game where you can have fun with creating your own stuff, creating your own catapult, and being able to play with it on the table. The rules say there is the catapult, and there the base must be this by this, and the rest is just up to you. If you're good enough to create your own stuff, create it. You're not good enough, buy it. And if it's really something you want, really something special for our game, maybe we're gonna create it like in limited edition and you'll be able to buy it. But that's not the point. We will do minis, yes. In the future, it's we are talking about it, and it will be done. But that will be very powerful characters from our own universe that you can't find anywhere else. So it's either you take a mini that look like a little bit what is on the codex, and you'd say, okay, that's him. Or you can, change it a little bit and say, that's him. Or you can, ask us to, when do you think you're going to create that mini? And if everybody is asking that question, so we know that everybody wants that mini, we will do that mini. You know what I mean? But there is no way that we're going to create a character in our mind of saying, okay, so that way we're gonna sell that mini, so we're gonna make it powerful, and you can't play any minis to play that character. It has to be that mini. It's like, what? No, 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 no. You can even create your own, heroes and stuff. So if you have a mini at home that you really love, and you just need to, what he has on his back. You just taking the arsenal, and you just, okay, you have a sword, bing, you have a magic weapon, it's a magic sword. So what do we have in magic? Oh yeah, we have this one, bing, and then you ended up with like I don't know, 500 points, character. But it's exactly, like when you play, role play and stuff like that. You can create, when the game will be complete and advanced, the advanced game, the Libé des Batailles, you'll be able to, pick up everything you want and really create, even, mini by mini, really what you want for your stuff. You can choose a skill, you can choose, everything. That's going to be very, very something that, I just, that's why I'm drawing like crazy, because I really, really want that game to be, available. And the only problem I have is that I'm drawing everything myself, and I only have two hands, and I still have, a work to do, like a workshop that I still need to do. I have a student that wants to learn how to draw or how to sculpt. I still have stuff to do at home, and kids that need their dad. But yeah, sometimes I just wish that my every day, all day, I can draw like I'm doing sometimes the Tuesday, sometimes the Tuesday when both kids are at home. I'm able to start from 9 a.m. to 4:20 p.m. straight on, and I can't do that when the kids are at home, of course, or even when the wife is at home, because I need to stop and cook dinner and stuff like that. When I am on my own, I don't really care. I'm just throwing veggies on the bowl and just put some vinegar there and just live stream. I'm talking usually with Eden, and here we go. That's enough. I really love those days. That won't be for a while now, because stuff starting to change here. But yeah. Speaking about stories, I remember a joke concept I came up with a while ago, trying to get myself involved into the game. The story was, I gambled all my money playing dice with you, and when I had nothing but my clothes on me, gambled my soul and lost. I walked away very pissed and died in the battle soon, and because I lost my soul playing with you, it's now floating around you, bound by stupid life decision. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's yeah, Aiden is the best thing anyone can ask for. Yep. Yep. Hey, it's me, or there is no music anymore? Why there is no music anymore? Yes, I want to keep the music. What are you asking for? Stupid YouTube. Okay, that orc is not going very fast. Oops. So, is somebody recognize the pose that is coming from a movie? Or even a little bit of the actor who's playing the roles of that movie. So keep in mind that the whole outfit is completely changed. It's only the pose that I kept. Oh, you orc tiny dinosaur. Oh, that's fun. That's what I like about those games is that anything can happen, and that's what's gonna happen in our game when everything will be in place and everything every race will be around will be out, and then the master of time will starting to fuck them up everything because they want to they just want chaos. So right now we're gonna leave the master of time in their towers and just keep bringing races. And when everything will be there and the game is starting to the mayonnaise is starting to be to be taken or something, and story is starting to build up, the master of time will come out with all the living dead, and they're gonna start to fuck stuff up. And as they are mastering of their master of time, and they are on a planet where timeline is fucked up anyway, we'll be able to play around with everything we want. If we want dinosaur somehow, getting through a portal or a brush or anything, and all of a sudden we have dinosaur there from the past, or we can even have like robots from the future, for God's sake. Whatever the player wants, for the games. It just, we're just gonna end it up with, creating a stories that goes in the direction we are taking, and yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yes, that's the thing, because it has to be. I'm thinking about no, just take the dinosaur for example. We already have what you can ride. You can have camel or elephant. So I guess there's probably not that much difference to ride a dinosaur or an elephant. So I guess that's the kind of balance we're gonna have, because that won't change anything. It's just that you want to have fun riding a dinosaur instead of an elephant. Yeah, because you have minis that ride dinosaur and you want to use them. Yeah, we can create a brief brush that somehow, somewhat, master of time just open up like something that and some dinosaur get through, and so you pick them up and now you ride them, and you even starting to produce some of them for some like Jurassic Park or something. But that's not something that's gonna change the game. It's just gonna be something fun to ride. That's all. We're still coming back to the fun part of it. For some reason, it reminds me of the scene where Agent and Smith throw a knife to Neo. Yeah, he looks a little bit like Smith Agent. Yeah, but that's not him. Good try. I think I'm gonna bring the heater because my feet are starting to get very cold, and it's only 11. I still have a good hour and a half to do. I thought that orc was gonna be very quick to draw, but I'm talking more than I'm drawing this evening, which is good too. I really like that. I really like to talk about the game anyway. That's the best way to promote it, I guess. People come around and discover that, and what is that? And we're talking about it, and he wants to play. What? That would be nice to have some French guy that wants to do that, because it's in French for now, and I bring that on the table this evening as well. It would be nice to have an English version, and Sebastian told me, but nobody has the time to do so. So what will be really great, and will deserve a master point if some English native speaker that is speaking very French very well as well is like, okay, I can do that for you if you want. I can be the traductor, the translator of your book, and that will be great. So we'll have an English version, and that's something that is worth master point. Yeah, I mean, I have few, but they're all busy. I already have a friend that translates my book into English book, and it was a ton of job. And I don't really want to ask her, because last time I talked to her was for my book. And as we are very busy together, she's busy, I'm busy, so I'm like, okay, remember we talked each other like 10 years ago. Yeah, hi, how are you doing now? Can you translate another book? Yeah, it's very hard, and I mean, it will be even best if it's somebody that knows, wargame. Because sometimes, there is translation, and and there is translation about those kind of game. Even 5K words a day take me up to and I know, for example, I could translate it, but it won't be, I think you will feel like it's being like almost Google translated word by word, and I'm sure there is stuff that is said in French that you don't say that at all like that, word by word, word to word in English. You say something completely different to say that that way. And that's where you really need somebody that knows his shit. So until we are finding this rare pearl, I don't know if it's something we can say in English, but that's a saying in French. For now, it's just French. But maybe if somebody, translate it in English and we want a Russian version, maybe we can ask you. If you need help to be a translator, English, Italian, Spanish. Yeah. Good to know. I mean, I guess the best way is to have this game translated in a lot of different places. That will be a little bit trickier to get, official games that, being played on clubs and, are making a difference in the world of Iridium. But that doesn't mean that you're not allowed to play the game as it is without having an important role into the story. You're just gonna play it like every game that is out there. As I brag about my effort in committing to translation, I make the grammar mistake. Bravo. Bravo. Oh, as I'm not about to, but I'm on my way to finish up the common weapon of the common arsenal. I had an idea about a poster, because every month I give Sébastien a paper, something like this, to show him, how much it cost this month, and so I was looking at all those drawings I made just in November. So that's all the drawing I made it for, in November. And seeing all those drawings side by side, I'm like, oh, imagine a big poster where you can see, Master Warrior, Maître Guerriers, common arsenal, and you have all the drawings of the common arsenal side by side, like huge size, with the name of the card, with the price of this weapon, and in little what it does, and you have, all of it is there. Looks like a nice poster to have. Yes, I think so. So I'm probably gonna do that, and just propose it to the players, if they want to, that could be a nice income as well. Will help us how to produce the cards, because I guess that's the next thing I'll be able to do after the cup. Because one thing I need to do as well is paying myself, for the work I'm doing, because those drawings are not free. And it's been a while now that Sebastian is paying me drawings, but he don't have enough money to pay me all the drawings I'm doing. So I say to him, you know what, you pay me when you can, but I'm gonna go then on, and I will put the interest of the game first, and we'll see, how we can manage to pay the drawing later. And having those posters can do that. I can pay myself with those print. I think it's only fair to print my stuff with my own work. A sticker as well. Yes, that would be nice. That would be neat too. Yeah, stickers. So I guess I'm gonna, see how I'm gonna have like a shop page on the website where you can buy our product, and bit by bit, I guess the product's gonna grow. But I need to see with Sebastian how, the money part. How do we manage that? Because I guess as a company, the money needs to go in the company bank account. That's a logistic aspect that we're gonna need to talk about. And that's something we can talk about together. How what we do with those drawings, what cool stuff we can do with those drawings. Because even if we don't have much, for a complete game, when you look at the basic rules, there is drawing there, but it's not packed with drawings. It's just enough to illustrate the game. I mean, it's only 2 years and just 1 year that I'm working harder, but I spent 1 year doing a little bit here and a little bit there, and then during lockdown we say, okay, maybe it's time to go a little bit faster, and then I did draw the audiobook, which slow my Maître Guerriers process. For now, the only poster I have is the tourist map of Italy. I mean, the map itself is a good one. The map of the center of Iridio. Maybe we can, because it's something I made for my kid. I print out in A3 size map. And I did some coloring with coffee and all. It looks like an old map. The side is a little bit looks very old. So we can, I don't know, produce like 20 of those and say, okay, it's a limited edition, and have it signed or something, and say, you have a nice map at home with that stuff. So that's something that I want to do as well. The thing is that map is going to involve a lot when the game is going to be play. So it's tricky to have the map, because the map you have now is may change. The names may change. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, few stuff that can be done without, consulting Sebastian. So I guess, that have to be stuff that is handled by myself, just to pay myself. See what I mean? Not, stuff that needs to be talked about. Otherwise, it's going to slow the process. But the last poster I produced, and I paid few of them, I still have them in my workshop. So I'm always a little bit, reluctant of producing those stuff. It costs a lot of money. I send out a poster, the poster of Brocelion I did draw for the audiobook. I sent one to my good friend Liam in Ireland. Liam, if you're there, hi. It cost me 17 euro to send that poster. I mean, the poster itself is 20, and I spent 17 just to send it, and why, right away when I pay it and I go back home, I'm like, am I stupid? Why I did not order one on fish and send it for almost nothing? No, I just, in my mind, I just want to get rid of the ones I have in my workshop, and didn't think it through. It was like stupid muppet. But I guess if I'm doing maps, stain with coffee and stuff like that, maybe I can just fold them and send it, in the later envelope. And that would be cool to have like special illustrated, like Games Workshop were doing back in the time, where you got you get a package from Games Workshop and you have like this troll and all. It was very cool, creating our own envelope, and people are really excited about getting the product. Okay, so let's have another knife that's being sharpened by an orc. So I mean, it's sharp, yes, but doesn't really look good. Because, you know, with orcs, it's not about looking nice. It's more about efficiency, you know. I need this to be sharp. Okay. Don't really care about if it's pretty or not. What is the notebook paper that you use? I'm curious. It looked thick and it was nice texture. Yes, because all the drawing I made so far, I made it on the, you know, drawing paper that just need to be somewhere now. And then I like, why I'm doing that? Maybe I can just buy a book. And it's you know, an herbier, like they call it. It's supposed to put some leaves and flowers in there. So the good thing about it is that the pages are thick, and between pages there is this transparent sheet of paper that protects what's supposed to be there. So that means, you know, the pages are protected from each other. It's just that, you know, the first one I made, as my table is very dirty, and that was behind the drawing. It's all dirty now, and now when I'm closing the book, it's on the drawings. So that's why I'm putting this on my table so it stay clean. So with that notebook or herbier, I'm going to be able to have all my drawing in one book, and that is much better. And that book is going to be worth millions in 10 years. It's going to be my heritage. Because I know, you know, I did draw a few of those, you know, format drawing already. But I know I have like dozen and dozen more to draw. So I guess this book is going to filled up with that format. You know, 2 drawings per page. Plus the, you know, now I know I need to draw special cards for to thank the one who contribute the game. So those cards will need to be drawn as well. And I don't really know how many I'm gonna draw. And I'm thinking, because I talked about it to Sebastian, and I'm like, maybe to make them special, maybe it's not the card that is that so special, maybe, you know, because, you know, we have cards that tell you how much is like common weapon, like sword and axes and stuff. So maybe we can do like a proper card for maybe an axe, So it's the same cards. It's only it's just that, except of saying that that's the card for all the common weapon, we have a card for an axe. But maybe that card can be in color, and that will make very special. Like people will be like, "Whoa, what is that color card?" It's, oh yeah, well, I got that because I don't know, maybe something, or even magical weapons. Because those cards gonna have to have a backpack as well, not a backpack, but a back card. And I know already what I'm gonna do for them, because I sketched it out already. What I don't know yet is the back of the card of the magic object. That's I don't know yet, but yeah, the idea will come, and I can't wait to have like an actual deck with common weapon. Maître Guerriers. Dun, dun, dun. Can't wait to see that. With the hope that players gonna buy those, of course. Yeah, I mean, I want to have cool orcs. Who brought you the map? What map? The map of Iridium? Oh, okay. So you are talking to Tim. Sorry. Can you add Tim? Who brought you the map? So I know you're talking to him. Yeah, those chainmail always look cool, but every time I do one, I'm like, why I'm doing a chainmail? Because it's a pain in the ass to draw them. But yeah, it's always worth it. Not big enough here. It is really enjoyable to watch the drawing come out like that, and the sound of the ballpoint pen is always soothing. Oh, you can hear it? That's good. I was not expecting that the ballpoint pen was still audible. Thanks for the comment. Alors, on reprend. Ok. Oh yeah. I see now. Just for you. Oops. Look at what you're doing, Alan, s'il te plaît. Okay. Oh, midnight already? We are in the middle of the night already? Let me think. Think. Okay, so that's the belt. Yeah, okay. So we have Jesus. Hey Miracle, you make me jump there. Hello, hello, Raiders. Salut. The Paint House. Oh, joli de Paint House. Salut, salut, salut. Tiens, tu m'as fait sauter en l'air là. Comment ça va, tout le monde? Comment s'est passé ce raid? Ce stream? Sur quoi tu travaillais? Bonsoir et bonne nuit. Bonsoir et bonne nuit. Merci pour le follow. Ewen. À la prochaine. Bah, tu vois, de ce côté-là, on est en train de travailler sur une carte de plus pour l'arsenal commun de Maître Guerrier. Joanne, magnifique, merci beaucoup. Ça va, j'ai avancé sur la peinture d'un Goku en 2D. Oh, joli. Faudrait que j'aille voir ça. Jouer les mecs avec les talents pareils. Ouais, moi non plus, ils aiment pas. Je sais pas trop de qui tu parles, mais c'est vrai que ces mecs-là, en général, ils se la pètent et tout, en plus, c'est très agaçant. Heureusement, j'en fais pas partie. Ensuite, merci pour le follow de Paint House. Et merci aussi pour le follow, Joey. C'est sympa. Donc pour ceux qui connaissent pas trop, je m'appelle Alan Barbeau, je dessine au stylo bille la plupart du temps. Et la plupart du temps aussi, je travaille pour un jeu de wargame qui est en train de se mettre en place, qui s'appelle Maître Guerriers, que vous pouvez déjà retrouver sur le site, parce que le livre de règles de base est disponible gratuit sur le site pour vous permettre un petit peu de découvrir les bases du jeu. Le jeu est suffisamment complet pour le jouer un petit peu en escarmouche et un petit peu découvrir de quoi il s'agit, quoi. Tout le monde se retrouve. Alors, comment je vais faire cette main? Et donc cette carte-là est faite pour... donc tu vois, je fais des cartes. Les cartes vont ressembler un peu à ça. Enfin, c'est pas vont ressembler un peu à ça. Les cartes sont comme ça. Donc on a déjà arme de base, deux armes de base, arme à deux mains, la lance, les piques, la lance de cavalerie, la targe, le bouclier. On a le grand bouclier, le pavois, le casque léger, le casque moyen, le casque lourd, l'armure légère, l'armure demi-lourde, l'armure lourde. On a aussi une armure complète et un caparaçon. Et là, j'ai commencé à faire les armes de jet. Donc, en arme de jet, pour l'instant, j'ai juste mon arc court et mon arc moyen. Et aujourd'hui, je suis en train de faire les petites armes, genre les couteaux de lancer, enfin, toutes ces petites armes que tu peux... Donc, voilà de quoi il s'agit pour aujourd'hui. Et en même temps, je l'avais déjà fait une fois pour cette carte-là. Des fois, je m'amuse un peu. Je reprends une petite mise en scène d'un film. Par exemple, pour cette carte-là, j'avais repris la pose de Kill Bill dans le film Kill Bill. Sauf qu'elle avait un katana et son fameux son fameux petit costard jaune et noir. Euh, euh, et donc là, je suis pareil, j'ai refait une pause à un film qui existe déjà. Et, bon, je lance le petit jeu de qui va retrouver un petit peu d'où vient ce film. Alan, tu aurais ton illustration avec les soldats romains, laquelle? La grande en couleur? Le nom du jeu, il est écrit un peu partout, ça s'appelle Maître Guerriers. Euh, et je peux te montrer ça, oui, bien sûr. Alors attends, on va faire ça bien. Image 9, c'est celle-ci. Tabletop, texte, image 7, c'est laquelle? Image 7. Oh, on la voit pas. Ah ben là. Tadam! Le caparaçon est la meilleure carte. Évidemment que c'est la meilleure carte, puisque c'est toi qui me l'as trouvé. Je suis fatigué, c'est en énorme devant mon nez. Là, là, tu peux pas mieux le voir écrit, Maître Guerrier. Voilà. Donc le site, c'est Maître Guerrier, maître-guerrier.com. Et donc là, tu as toutes les règles de base. Pour l'instant, les règles de base, juste pour un petit peu tester le jeu, à savoir que... Ah, ils font moins les marioles, les Romains, là, hein, quand ils ont des orques devant la gueule. Donc dans notre jeu, les Romains s'appellent les Arcaniens. C'est une race humaine qui a un look de Romain et de Grec aussi. Donc on va retrouver des Spartiates et des choses comme ça. Comme de toute façon, les Romains ont tout piqué aux Grecs. Donc les Arcaniens voilà, sont une armée humaine. Et toutes les armées humaines de jeu sont plutôt assez historiques, en fin de compte. Donc il n'y a rien d'extravagant. Il n'y a rien d'extravagant dans les armées humaines, puisqu'on retrouve vraiment des choses très historiques. L'armement reste très historique, les armures restent très historiques, etc. Ce qui permet à des gens qui font de l'historique, justement, de pouvoir sortir leurs figurines et de les jouer pour jouer à notre jeu. Parce que le but ultime, quand même, que l'on essaye de mettre en place, à l'inverse des compagnies qui créent des figurines et qui balancent une règle pourrie pour pouvoir jouer avec les figurines, nous on fait l'inverse. C'est-à-dire que vous avez déjà les figurines à la maison, nous on va balancer un bon jeu pour que vous puissiez jouer vos figurines. Donc à partir de là, tout l'intérêt du jeu, c'est de créer des règles pour que tu puisses jouer n'importe quelle figurine. À la fin, en fait. Le but final, ça va être un peu ça, c'est que petit à petit, il va y avoir de plus en plus de races qui vont se mettre en place. Non, c'est pas Bruce Lee, non. Dans la scène, il a les deux couteaux aussi. Le but du jeu, c'est de trouver de plus en plus de races, de mettre en place de plus en plus de races pour pouvoir vraiment jouer toutes les figurines. Et c'est un jeu fait pour les joueurs, avec les joueurs. Il y a déjà des joueurs au Canada qui sont en train de créer leur propre scénario, qui va être validé par Maître Guerrier et que les autres joueurs pourront du coup jouer, parce que on va faire en sorte que au niveau des périodes ça colle et que je vais illustrer, et du coup il sera écrit par le joueur, illustré par Alan Barbeau, et ce sera des scénarios officiels du jeu. Donc on cherche vraiment à faire quelque chose pour le fun et pour les joueurs, et que les joueurs vraiment s'amusent avec cet outil. En fin de compte, ça va être une espèce de grosse boîte à outils pour pouvoir un petit peu s'amuser avec tout ce qu'on a envie de s'amuser, quoi. Alors toi, je t'aime beaucoup là. Ça te dit de voir mon test de jeu au mag et de le faire découvrir à la communauté quand on pourra enfin se réunir. Ok, donc là tu parles à Rémi. Ce jeu, oui, why not? Il faut qu'on s'organise ça. Ok, bon, vous parlez entre vous. Donc voilà l'idée de Maître Guerrier, en fin de compte. Maître Guerrier. Donc pour l'instant, on a un espèce... C'est pas vraiment un jeu d'escarmouche, même si on l'appelait Maître Guerriers escarmouche. C'est plutôt les préludes, les jalons, les fondations de ce qui va arriver par la suite. C'est juste qu'il est suffisamment complet pour le faire en escarmouche. Mais il y a plein de règles super sympas, plein de choses qui nous plaisent pas forcément dans d'autres jeux bien plus connus. Des petites choses qu'on trouve un peu énervantes et qui pas très très logiques sur un champ de bataille qu'on a amélioré et qu'on a essayé de résoudre par des règles plus simples. Et donc voilà, après le but du jeu c'est vraiment de s'amuser, quoi. Non, c'est pas Rambo. C'est pas Rambo, mais on se rapproche. On se rapproche. Déjà, j'ai envie de dire, l'orque ressemble un petit peu à l'acteur qui tient la pose. Alors l'acteur, par contre, je me rappelle plus comment il s'appelle. Predator, non. C'est quoi le rapport entre Rambo et Predator? Non, mais sans déconner. C'est Statham. Statham, c'est qui Statham? Je connais pas Statham. En gros, j'ai une salle de jeu dans mon magasin et je vais voir pour faire découvrir ce jeu à mes clients. Cool, sachant que j'ai autant de collectionneurs de figurines historiques que de wargame. Ah, c'est que j'ai... Ah, voilà, exact. Jason Statham. Yeah, c'est lui. Ok. T'as le gars. Maintenant, il faut que tu trouves le film. Bah, c'est de la jungle. C'est dans la jungle. Ah oui, d'accord, ok. Ah non, non. C'est... Voilà, il a trouvé l'expendable. Exactement. C'est exactement ça. We have a winner. Donc voilà, c'était le petit jeu dans le jeu. Eh ben écoute, The Paint House, oui. Alors ça, ce serait une excellente idée. Et puis que bah du coup, soit que tu te rapproches de nous, soit que tu te rapproches du Facebook un petit peu, pour un petit peu nous faire vivre ça et vraiment donc nous ce qu'on cherche c'est vraiment que les gens c'est un peu du bêta là, c'est un peu de l'open source et l'idée c'est vraiment de chercher de jouer le jeu. Donc les règles sont en PDF là en ce moment sur le site, de jouer le jeu et parce que normalement du coup ça va assez vite au niveau des parties. Bien sûr tu peux poster un lien, ouais. J'ai la photo si vous voulez. Ouais bah je l'ai aussi, regarde elle est là. Tiens. Voilà la ref. Donc l'idée c'est Exactement, tu l'as trouvé. Je me disais, il n'y a plus de musique. Bah oui, c'est vrai, alors. Bref, donc l'idée du jeu, c'est vraiment donc que les joueurs jouent et discutent entre vous, en fin de compte, les choses qui sont intéressantes. Les choses qui pour vous n'ont pas de sens du tout, parce qu'on cherche aussi vraiment à faire quelque chose. Il faut que le jeu soit, quand il va être... Parce qu'après on va vous amener le jeu plus complet et plus avancé, où il va y avoir il va y avoir des monstres, il va y avoir la magie, il va y avoir un peu plus de choses qui va développer, mais au départ on veut quand même que le moteur fonctionne très très bien. Donc l'idée c'est qu'on vous donne le moteur, et pour le coup on vous le donne, parce qu'il est gratuit. Vous essayez le moteur et après vous nous dites si le moteur fonctionne, si ça couine un petit peu par là, on en discute. si pour vous ça a plus de sens ou ça fonctionne mieux, tel ou tel truc. Nous, de notre côté, on essaye voir si ça va dans le sens de ce qu'on veut faire ou justement c'est pas dans le sens qu'on veut faire, etc. Enfin, voilà. C'est vraiment l'idée, c'est ça, c'est de construire ce jeu avec les joueurs pour que ils puissent jouer leurs figurines, quoi. T'as des figurines qui sont sur les étagères depuis des années parce que quand on les a achetées, ils étaient badass, et ils pétaient du feu sur le terrain et on nous les a un petit peu vendus pour ça. Et au bout de 6 mois, on nous a cassé l'herbe sous le pied parce que il y avait d'autres règles qui venaient qui faisaient que notre armée elle valait plus rien du tout et que ces figurines-là on peut plus les jouer. Là pour le coup, avec cette boîte à outils qui va arriver, tu peux vraiment prendre ce qui t'intéresse et sortir tes figurines. Tu peux te sortir des orques sur des chevaux si ça te fait plaisir. Tu peux sortir des nains qui chevauchent des ours énormes si ça te fait plaisir. Tu peux vraiment t'amuser à créer, à convertir tes figurines pour créer des trucs de dingue. Tu peux avoir des orques avec des armes à poudre. C'est vraiment l'idée, c'est de s'amuser. La joie du wargame, voilà, c'est ça. De toute façon, c'est le mot-clé, c'est plaisir. Plaisir d'avoir des cartes. Voilà, plaisir d'avoir des cartes qui ressemblent à des vieilles cartes qu'on avait quand on était drôle. Plaisir d'avoir un visuel qui nous rappelle ces vieux White Dwarf qu'on avait quand on était drôle. Plaisir d'avoir un jeu où tu te prends pas la tête. Parce que le but, c'est pas qu'on te vende une figurine. Le but, c'est que tu t'amuses, tu vois. Et donc, tout ça va être disponible gratuitement en ligne. Après, nous, évidemment, pour qu'on puisse produire des choses intéressantes, l'idée, c'est que là, il va bientôt y avoir des mugs Maître Guerriers. Qu'est-ce qu'on a marqué ? Maître Guerriers, l'aventure commence, un truc comme ça. Donc, l'idée, c'est que l'achat du mug va nous permettre d'investir dans le paquet de cartes, par exemple, de l'arsenal commun. Donc, si les gens qui veulent aider achètent les cartes, du coup, ça va nous aider à sortir une version papier du livre de règles avancé. Et donc, du coup, les gens qui vont vouloir nous aider un petit peu pour que ça se développe encore, qui vont acheter le livre de règles, ça va nous permettre de sortir d'autres produits et d'autres produits et d'autres produits. Salut FX, bon dodo. Et bisous plein de bave. Ah, c'est pas très Covid quand même. Et etc. pour à la fin qu'on se retrouve avec une boîte complète que les gens pourront acheter s'ils veulent, sachant que tout ça c'est disponible en PDF gratuitement si t'as pas les thunes. Donc on a vraiment l'occasion. Oui, parce que on sent le plaisir parce que c'est vraiment un truc qui est basé sur le plaisir et ça manque, je trouve, ça manque énormément. Maintenant tout est basé sur le fric et ça se sent et je pense que je choquerai personne en disant que GW est uniquement basé là-dessus maintenant et on perd vraiment cet aspect plaisir en fait. Et donc voilà, moi c'est pour ça que là en ce moment je travaille beaucoup pour ce jeu parce que j'ai vraiment envie que les choses sortent le plus vite possible. Le seul souci que j'ai, c'est que pour l'instant je suis tout seul à dessiner pour Maître Guerriers et que je suis un petit peu la référence visuelle pour ce jeu pour l'instant et qu'il y a des tonnes et des tonnes de dessins à faire parce qu'il va y avoir les codex qui vont arriver. Donc pour l'instant on se base sur 3 races, les arcaniens, donc ces fameux romains, les nains et les orques. Donc on est en train de se concentrer sur ces 3 races en premier. Donc Sébastien a écrit un peu l'historique des arcaniens, on peut le retrouver sur le site. On vient juste de sortir un petit peu d'historique pour les nains aussi, qui est sur le site. Il est en train de travailler, moi j'ai travaillé sur l'historique des orques, qu'il est en train d'adapter un petit peu pour que ça colle un peu avec ce que lui a dans sa tête. Donc on va avoir un petit peu d'historique qui arrive. On va avoir aussi un peu d'historique d'Iridium, donc c'est-à-dire la planète sur laquelle évolue un petit peu notre jeu, pour que les gens... on a des gens au Canada, des joueurs au Canada qui sont déjà en train de travailler sur des scénarios parce que comme il n'y a rien pour l'instant qui est sorti, ils travaillent sur leur propre scénario. Sauf que je lui ai fait réaliser il n'y a pas si longtemps que ça, que la dernière fois qu'on a discuté, que son scénario, S'il a envie et que ça fonctionne très très bien, on est en train, avec ces scénarios qu'il est en train de faire, inventer des espèces d'histoires à côté de l'histoire. Des histoires à côté de l'histoire, des espèces de légendes. Et en fait, du coup, ça va devenir des légendes officielles d'Iridium. Et donc, du coup, ce sera des légendes écrites par ce joueur. Donc, ce sera écrit sur la couverture, écrit par machin, illustré par Alan Barbeau, adapté peut-être par Sébastien. Et ça sera des scénarios officiels Maître Guerrier que les joueurs pourront jouer. Et ça sera la même chose pour n'importe qui a envie d'apporter un petit peu sa patte dans le sens du jeu, quoi. Donc, c'est vraiment un jeu pour les joueurs, avec les joueurs, pour le plaisir. Voilà. Bonne nuit pour ceux qui vont faire dodo. Moi, j'ai encore peut-être 10 petites minutes à faire sur ce dessin. Et après, je vais aller faire dodo aussi. Donc, vous êtes les bienvenus. De Point House, on en reparle. Autant que tu veux. On peut, il y a le Facebook Maître Guerriers. C'est moi qui gère le Facebook. Donc, dès que tu as besoin d'infos, dès que tu veux quelque chose, et pourquoi pas que tu deviennes l'un des premiers clubs officiels, par exemple, où il se passe des rencontres vraiment qui font avancer l'histoire. Parce que les rencontres que vont faire les joueurs, si on a un compte-rendu, etc. de la bataille, c'est des batailles qui vont faire avancer l'histoire du jeu. C'est les joueurs qui vont faire avancer le jeu, en fin de compte. Donc les choses qui vont arriver petit à petit va dépendre des parties que les joueurs vont faire. Donc, this card is about the throwing knife. Because I'm starting to draw the throwing weapon. So I have throwing knife. The next one will be a axe that you can throw as well. I have already the small bow, the medium bow. I will have to draw the long bow. The crossbow, I have I think 3 different crossbow, the javelin, and the pistol as well. Eh bien, on se recontacte dès que j'ai pu voir les règles et que l'on ait le temps, la possibilité de mettre ça en place. Super. Yeah, hatchet. Ok. Cool. Eh ben, c'est super. Je suis content. S'il y a moyen qu'on fasse quelque chose ensemble, c'est génial. Et surtout, il ne faut pas hésiter de donner les pour et les contre aussi. Les contre sont super importants. Donc, je vous laisse lire ça tranquillos et vous nous dites ce que vous en pensez. The hatchet sound like this big sword you used for cutting the jungle, for going, trying to make your way through the jungle. Bonne soirée, bonne nuit à tous, bonne nuit et vous êtes bienvenus à revenir quand vous voulez, bien sûr. Oh shit, I'm gonna be finished pretty soon anyway, so if your telephone died, it did show you most of the stream anyway. Thank you, phone. An axe is bigger and it's two-handed. Okay, so I guess we should call that a hatchet. Okay, thank you for coming, Ellen, and I will see you. I will see you next time. I'm gonna end my stream too anyway, because it's the time. Good night, chat. Good night, Eden. Buena notte, my friend. And again, thanks for coming. what I really starting to enjoy, et ce que je commence vraiment à apprécier, c'est que je commence à avoir une communauté française aussi, une communauté de joueurs, du coup, qui découvrent le jeu et à quel point on est passionné à propos de ce jeu. Et du coup, en même temps que de créer un petit peu de mouvement autour de mon travail, du coup j'en fais profiter le jeu aussi, et ça c'est assez cool en fin de compte. Ok, bon, I'm gonna stop there. Je vais m'arrêter là. Je pense que ça suffit pour ce soir. Je pensais que j'allais faire un peu plus, mais c'est sympa aussi de discuter. Ouais. Ok, donc merci beaucoup d'être passé. Thank you very much for coming this evening. I will probably come back during the weekend. Sûrement revenir pendant le week-end. Au plus loin dimanche soir. Ça va dépendre un petit peu ce que je fais avec les enfants et avec la femme. Donc, thank you, team. Yeah, I kind of like it, yeah. I mean, the throwing knife are not that obvious, but I guess if I'm writing throwing knife on top of the card, it will do the job. Thank you for the stream, Alan. Bonne nuit, Denise. Merci d'être passé encore with all your good ideas and your presence. I really enjoy that as well. I like when you're around. And I will catch you later for the next stream. All right? Good night, everybody. And I love you. Bye-bye.